I don't think there is a higher sense of ownership when you operate a kitchen or you offer a product and that product is representing your family. There's no money in the world that can pay your consistency except if that you know that the reputation is on the line or your family reputation is on the line.
When you imagine a trip to Puerto Rico, maybe you see what I see. Beautiful Caribbean beaches, the colorful streets of Old San Juan, and vibrant oceanside cuisine, alcapurrias, bacalaitos, and pastelillos. Spanish, African, and native Taino cultures have mingled for centuries to create a unique and distinctive flavor profile. Here, food is a way to deepen community ties and preserve family traditions. But eating by the ocean is only a small part of Puerto Rican culture. The interior of Puerto Rico is lush and mountainous, and if you leave the resorts, a whole different world of Puerto Rican cuisine opens up to you. I knew a culinary geek such as myself wouldn't be able to leave Puerto Rico without venturing inland, and that's what brought me to the town of Ciales. Here, nestled in the greenery of the surrounding mountainside, sits Casa Vieja, a long-standing restaurant that prides itself on its family recipes and strong community ties. I'm here to meet Blanca Ayala and Gerardo Mena, the mother and son duo who run this iconic restaurant together.
I grew up in El Barrio Posas from here, Ciales. I am the number 9 of 10 direct brothers or sisters. We love each other very, very much. That's why you find love here in this place.
It carries over from your family?
Yes.
The dining room at Casa Vieja is a replica of Blanca's childhood home, and the menu is based on the dishes they've served in her family since she was a young girl, with ingredients sourced from right here in the nearby mountains.
Yo aprendí a cocinar con mi mamá y con mis hermanas mayores. A la edad de 9 años, ellas me enseñaron a hacer arroz, habichuela y bacalao, desde luego. Y desde ahí, entonces, aprendí a cocinar. No obstante, no es lo que yo prefiero hacer.
She cooking like the old dishes that she used to make for me. Like there's other place that nobody else for me would be able to make better than her. She's a great cook and knows when something is not right in the kitchen.
Nobody cooks better than mom.
Correct.
One of those family favorites is the only seafood dish on the menu, Guanimes con Bacalao, cornmeal dumplings with salted cod. All right, so what is the process for making Guanimes con Bacalao here in the kitchen?
Good. So we start by getting some salted cod and we boil the salted cod for at least 2 times. We already boiled it once and we finished the second boil right now. So the salt level on the bacalao should be just right. Onions, cubanele peppers. There we have some sweet peppers. There's also ajíes dulces. This is a garlic paste that we make here, just olive oil and garlic. So now we're gonna wait for it to boil to let the vegetables fry a little bit before we move forward with the annatto oil. It has been cooking already for about 8 to 10 minutes. Now we're gonna add the tomato sauce and we're gonna start straining the bacalao from the water. Okay. We're gonna put all that in there. And after we put that in the sauce, we're gonna start breaking up the bacalao. So we'll simmer it between 15 to 25 minutes. Normally we'll try the bacalao to see if it has enough of the flavor of the vegetables there. Sometimes it does need a little bit more, especially if we make big batches. But for this small batch, we're gonna let it simmer for 15 to 25 minutes. I think it's just right.
Tell me about the flavor of the recao.
Yeah, so recao, what I understand is a family of the cilantro. However, I believe that the recao has a really distinct flavor. What does it taste like to you?
You're right, it's like, it's very clean and refreshing. Yeah. Similar to cilantro, but that with a sustained kind of cilantro flavor that goes on longer and longer, where cilantro kind of is abrupt and ends quickly.
And for the bacalao, since the flavors are so strong in there, we can add a lot, a generous amount of recao. However, some plates, Puerto Rican dishes like beans and rices, you have to put a delicate amount. If you want to go ahead and try to see if the flavors are correct, and then I'll try it after you. I think it's done. We're gonna let it simmer on the low temperature right now, and then what we're gonna do is go now to the process of doing the guanimes.
I want to ask, what kind of cornmeal is this? Just a fine regular cornmeal? This is
fine regular cornmeal. The one that all families here in Puerto Rico have to make any dish with cornmeal. So what we're adding now is salted boiling water. What we're gonna do is try to cook it really slowly with the boiling water, making a paste that's fully cooked and that can withstand being boiled in water again.
So how many of these guanimes will go in each serving?
So we're gonna do 3 for each serving. We're gonna put the guanimes to boil at this moment. And this will boil for around 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, so what are we looking for to know that they're done here?
So we're gonna see that they become a little bit lighter color. They're soft on the outside. They're a little bit fluffy. They have grown a little bit. So we just noticed that the outside is just already cooked and soft, as you will see there, compared to the first time we put them in.
Casa Vieja is one of the most special places I've ever been to. The food is poignant, bold, and comforting, and the setting is absolutely breathtaking. And the people, they feel like family. My next stop was Lechonera Angelito's place in Trujillo Alto, a town southeast of San Juan. Angelito's is famous for its crispy-skinned rotisserie hogs. My friend Mima and I sat down with Yubetsi Toledo, the second-generation owner of Angelito's.
El negocio se abre en el 1963. Mi papá es el fundador, por eso el negocio se llama Angelito, porque ese es el nombre de mi papá, Angelito Toledo. Desde el 1963 hasta el día de hoy está operando muy bien, gracias al Señor. Papi partió con el Señor en el 2013, pero he seguido su legado. Aquí sigo su legado, ofreciendo un buen servicio al cliente.
What's the typical menu at a Lechonera?
El menú principal que hemos tenido todo el tiempo, no variamos, tenemos siempre lo mismo, el lechón asado, que es totalmente carne, lechones del país. No usamos cerdos americanos importados, usamos lechones criados aquí. Morcilla, guineitos hervidos, batata, ñame, arroz con gandules y pasteles. La clave de la comida y del menú es que siempre usamos los mismos ingredientes, que el cerdo es de aquí del país. Tratamos de siempre tener el mismo procedimiento, siempre se tiene el mismo procedimiento, los mismos ingredientes, el mismo horario, y eso nos ayuda mucho.
Is the pig seasoned with anything before it roasts?
Ajo, sal, comino, pimienta. Ese sabor le gusta al cliente. Como asado con carbón, pues es como un sabor diferente. Cuando se asa con gas ya tiene otro sabor, y entonces el cuerito también queda diferente cuando se asa con gas que cuando se asa al carbón. Al carbón nosotros tenemos ese cerdo asando alrededor de 6 horas. La persona que viene a asar viene a las 1 de la mañana. De 12:30 a 1 de la mañana se prenden los asaderos y a las 8 de la mañana se sacan los cerdos del asadero. O sea que están muchas horas, pero son necesarias.
What's the most gratifying thing about owning this business?
Mi mayor satisfacción de seguir el negocio es continuar el legado de mi papá. Aunque es un trabajo fuerte para una mujer, me siento sumamente orgullosa de poder seguir lo que él me dejó y lo que él me enseñó. Me siento sumamente feliz de poder seguir. Mi papá se llama Angelito y él vive allá en La Loma, vivía, así que cuando yo estaba trabajando, él me estaba mirando desde allá, desde esa casa. Entonces ya ahora no me mira desde esa casa, ahora me mira del cielo. Yo sé que él me da fuerza para seguir.
That's wonderful. In true Puerto Rican fashion, Yubetsi brought out a whole assortment of traditional dishes for us to try. The pork skin immediately caught my eye. It was so shiny and crispy, and it felt like I was biting into porky glass.
El cuerito, the way we call it.
Then we hit the morcilla, or blood sausage, pasteles made with a tender, almost grassy green banana dough and stuffed with, you guessed it, pork, and arroz con gandules, or rice with pigeon peas. That's so good. I love how there's pork through everything. You know, if you're gonna have a themed restaurant, you should own it.
Pork is king. This has pork, this has pork.
I'm so impressed by these simple root vegetables and how they complement everything so well. Those are the best breakfasts I've ever had in my life.
It's a nice Saturday breakfast.
Do you feel like eating here an hour from San Juan, this is a more authentic dining experience than what you'd be getting elsewhere on the island, or is this just a different representation of Puerto Rico?
Yo pienso, ¿verdad? Nuestro menú es bien limitado, pero este es nuestro menú, pero Puerto Rico tiene diferentes opciones.
There's now a volume of a lot of Puerto Rican restaurants opening across the island that serve all types of food. They have various pages and we respect that. However, I believe that you can get an experience like this. You can get any town has a good experience of Puerto Rican expression. You just have to look for it. There's a lot of very delicious places that you can find around the island, but what separates one from the other, or what makes one special, is that with the love and passion that you make it.
Blanca and Gerardo brought up a point I hadn't yet considered. My foray off the beaten path, away from the hotels and beaches, and into the mountains had shown me another side of Puerto Rico. Hearty mountain cuisine rooted strongly in generational tradition.
Tengo la satisfacción de que seguí el legado de mi papá y eso es como que un orgullo muy grande. Mucha gente viene y me dice, yo era cliente de tu papá, yo venía aquí desde que era chiquito, mi papá me trae desde que era niño.
I don't like to cook, but when I do it with love. That's why it comes out so special. That's why he likes it.
There you go. You got your answer there.
And what was a culinary revelation for me was just standard operating procedure for them. This was food that made me feel like family. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Guys, I don't like Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rico. I had a fantastic time eating alcapurrias, bacalaitos, lechon, land crab this week. Oh my God. If you like what you saw here, throw us a like and a comment down below because I will definitely be back. Don't threaten me with a good time.